Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Let's just dive right in, because today, oh man, we are looking at an absolute masterclass in tournament football. We're breaking down exactly how Colombia just systematically dismantled Ghana to punch their ticket to the round of 16 in this 2026 World Cup. If you're someone who appreciates a squad that knows exactly how to execute a game plan from the very first whistle to the dying seconds, well, you're absolutely going to love this one.
But hey, before we get to the winning side, I want you to just look at this number, 0. Seriously, think about that for a second. How in the world does a professional national team playing in a massive, high-stakes World Cup knockout match manage to register exactly 0 shots on target for an entire 90 minutes? I mean, it sounds almost literally impossible at this level, right? Well, stick around because today we're going to uncover exactly how Colombia forced that 0 into existence.
So the stage was set on July 3rd, 2026, under the lights at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The final scoreline? Colombia 1, Ghana 0. Now, on the surface, a 1-0 victory might look like, a super tight, nail-biting scrap. But as we'll see today, this was really a story of just clinical, calculated progress by Colombia. They knew exactly what they needed to do, they struck early, and they set their sights firmly on their next opponent up in Vancouver.
All right, Section 1, the clinical early strike. Let's look at Colombia's incredibly fast start.
The deciding moment of this entire match didn't happen late in the second half. Nope, this thing was blown wide open right out of the gate at the 13-minute mark. 13 minutes and 49 seconds to be exact. And in knockout football, an early goal just completely rewrites the tactical script for both managers. And Colombia capitalized on this brilliantly. It was Jhon Arias who found the back of the net to give Colombia that absolutely perfect start, and in doing so he actually made history. Clocking in at 13:49, this became the earliest goal ever scored by Colombia in a World Cup knockout match. He also etched his name into the record books as only the 4th Colombian player to ever score in a knockout stage. Incredible stuff. But beyond the history, guys, the tactical impact here was just massive. By striking so early, right after this really sharp move involving Luis Díaz, Colombia basically grabbed the steering wheel of the match. They forced Ghana, a team that really prefers a cautious, sit-back-and-defend approach, to completely abandon their primary game plan and chase the game.
Which brings us right to Section 2, Ghana's offensive breakdown.
So once Ghana was actually forced to attack, we truly saw the sheer strength of Colombia's defensive shield. Notice what's missing from Ghana's shot breakdown here. There's literally no slice for shots on target. It is 100% off target or blocked. Despite pushing forward to try and find an equalizer, it was like hitting a brick wall. For the very first time in their entire World Cup history, Ghana recorded exactly 0 shots on target in a single match. The Colombian defense was just absolute rock solid, giving them no room to breathe, let alone test the goalkeeper.
And to give you a bit more context on just how severe Ghana's offensive struggles really were, let's zoom out and look at their tournament as a whole. Across the entirety of their 2026 World Cup campaign, Ghana managed a grand total of just 2 shots on target. 2. That ties them with Iraq for the second fewest shots on target out of all the teams in the tournament. So, this wasn't just a bad day at the office against Colombia, this was a fundamental failure to generate any real attacking threat on the international stage.
The really crucial point here is that this wasn't for a lack of trying from the sidelines. Ghana's manager, Carlos Queiroz, threw absolutely everything he could at the problem. He made a raft of tactical changes, he was shifting formations around, bringing on substitutions, but it just didn't matter. Ghana's overall cautious approach was heavily punished here. They simply did not have the offensive tools in their locker to break down a Colombian defense that was just meticulously organized and completely disciplined.
Okay, let's flip the pitch and talk about the guy pulling all the strings for Colombia. Section 3, the Luis Díaz engine.
You don't always need to be the one putting the ball in the net to be the most decisive player on the pitch. And Luis Díaz? He was a complete force of nature in this match. He was heavily involved in the build-up for Arias' 13th-minute goal, but he definitely didn't stop there. Throughout the entire game, Díaz executed multiple successful dribbles, constantly breaking the lines and putting the Ghanaian defenders entirely on their heels. He created numerous dangerous chances and provided this consistent, relentless threat for all 90 minutes. Even without a goal to his own name in the specific match, his world-class impact was just undeniable. For my money, he's easily proving to be the standout attacker of the World Cup so far.
So what's next? That brings us to Section 4, the road ahead.
Let's talk about what this clinical 1-0 victory really means for Colombia's big picture. Guys, what we are witnessing right now is the emergence of a truly serious contender. Just look at the resume they're building.
Colombia came into this knockout match riding an undefeated run from the group stage. And with this victory, they've now advanced to the round of 16 for the third straight World Cup. That marks their fourth overall round of 16 appearance in team history. So this isn't just a flash in the pan, right? This is a team demonstrating highly consistent tournament-winning form. They've got the attacking spark, and they clearly have the defensive solidity to back it up.
Here's their path to glory, mapped out for you. They've checked the box on the undefeated group stage. They've checked the box on July 3rd with a super clinical 1-0 victory over Ghana. And now, all eyes turn to July 7th. Colombia is heading up to Vancouver for an absolutely massive clash against Switzerland in the round of 16. The momentum is 100% in their favor right now.
Which really just leaves us with one final question to ponder. Will the relentless Luis Díaz find the back of the net himself against Switzerland? And can this rock-solid Colombian defense, a defense that literally held Ghana to 0 shots on target, carry them all the way to the ultimate prize? Man, it is going to be a thrilling match to watch unfold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found this tactical breakdown helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because we're going to be bringing you these deep dives for all the knockout stage matches as they happen. The round of 16 is just getting started, so until next time, keep your eyes on the pitch.